Hello, hello, and good morning, one and all. Happy Friday! Happy Friday, the end of another week. The threshold of another weekend. And we are back to our mono-neutral attempt as we pursue the Mighty Centurion title. Arguably the coolest title ever, at least in my headcanon, because I can at least get to it. The whole champion of the arena thing. First of all, that's not an epic title. It's just a common title, or a rare title. And I'm never going to get it. I'm not going to get five arena wins going 9-0. I didn't even check. Maybe I have one. I didn't even look. Maybe I have one or two. I should look at that because it does tell you how many you have. Because I know no. I don't know that I ever went 9-0. I think the few times that I have actually gotten 9 wins, I think I got a bunch of losses mixed in with it too. So, yeah. But we'll see. We'll see how well we can do. We're up to 17, I believe, wins with our Centurion deck. We've got a lot of automatons reflecting on their life choices, on their decisions. I guess we'll send one of them out here to contest the... PSA, eggnog, it's available.
Chaos take you.
Partake while you can. It will not be here forever. In fact, it's very, 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 like, when eggnog becomes available, seems to be a little bit, along that, like, you don't know exactly when. Ooh, that's kind of dangerous right there. Looks like we might have to mechanical ally here. By the way, Denise, this is a great idea because it's got the draw in it. We've been able to make use of that with the punt them out of the way kind of stuff. It's a really good card here.
This one will hunt you down.
Let's see if we can't reach an arrangement.
Now, does that thwart my plan? Because that only gives us 2. So we're gonna have to knife to the throat, I think. And even then we'll have just enough. Or we can crushing blow. We can't do both. So we could do knife to the throat and then charge. Let's do that because I kind of want the card draw as well. Go get him, Shadow Mirror! Charge! So this one's going to get a... Well, I'm not sure if it'll be this one. Something's going to get a crushing blow.
Too late to run.
The war claws earn their pay.
So we do a little bit of this. We do a little bit of that. So we're getting into dangerous territory, and this is a deck that has a lot of reach in these colors, so we're not really safe until we can get... Ooh. Boy howdy, that's dangerous. Let's see here. I'm going to save that for an actual play. I think right now we're just going to do... There. So he will be able to get some value out of him this turn. Hopefully we'll be able to end his life next turn. Denise, hello! Hello! How's the Friday treating you?
Let's see your fighting skills. Let's make the end.
Are you excited for the weekend? Are you stoked?
If I fall, the heat take me.
That is a bit of a bummer, isn't it? Yeah. What we're gonna do? Gonna shackle that guy. So again, more value out of Duke Vadim. I need to go back into this deck and put in more silence. I just woke up, fell asleep earlier. Oh, wow. So a bit of a stressful day for you, huh? Or a day that wore you out a little bit, at least.
Show me what you've got, hero.
Let's make the ancestors proud.
I got something for you, Naryu. Got something for you. Do we want to do Dwarven Helmet? That makes it 7-8, so she survives. Lots of cards for our opponent. Lots of cards. So we're not doing what we want to do, which is wear him down. So what we might do is just start going face and just say, hey, we're not gonna outrace him. Okay, never mind. Not gonna outrace him.
Be an assassin, like Naryu. This one will hunt you down.
So that makes that a 3-4, which trades with both. Arguably, I should have put that on the 2-1 because she's gonna kill it, unless she's got like a crossbow or something. In which case, it really doesn't matter. She's gonna wreck the board.
Hit them hard.
Okay.
It's too late to run.
That's going to be a bummer when it comes down, whatever it is. Wild Incarnate. Not what we want to see here, but... Very, very sad Wild Incarnate.
If I
Here
can't
comes a big
steal
body.
it,
Oh,
it
that's not a
can't
big body.
be stolen.
Protect the Ashkan.
That's also not a big body. He's holding on to the big body. With our luck, it'll be a charger. Speaking of big body chargers, look at that. Boy, they got it. Godly, boy, howdy. All right, we're just going to put this one down. So our opponent has more cards than we do, and has arguably a much more dangerous board.
Violence.
Oof.
For the
Interesting call. Interesting call. I'm not a fan of that card myself, to be honest, but... I mean, either way, we're kind of screwed here. Unless we get something really nice on our next, like a big item. Okay, there we go. That's going to hose us. That's way too much value for our opponent right there.
Sure, I don't have any idea who took your
If I fall,
And there it is. There's the big one. So we're just going to go ahead and concede this one. Actually, let's see what Mechanar gives us.
hold my creation.
It can't be anything too good.
Life form.
Charge for 5. So yeah, I can't do anything with it. There we go.
Fight is done.
Yeah. Little too much consistency. I think that was the 3rd Fighters Guild we got. Hello, Big Hind. Hello, good to see you. How goes the week? What plans are in store for the weekend? I hate the fact that this hand that I gesture with over here is not on screen. It's a tragedy. This is my gesturing hand, and you can't really see it. I don't mean bad gestures. I mean like hellos and everything. All I can see is my shoulder going up, which is not indicative of my... we'll keep that one. Actually, we'll keep that one too. This has a good chance of being an aggressive deck. Yeah, I think I might swap. Well, I mean, it's good to have the bodies. Yeah, I'm going to have to tweak the deck a little bit. We need a little more silence. Need a little more removal if we can pull it off. Mechanical Ally. I guess a Warrior Skeleton. Well, week was good. Weekend will be slow, as most of the times. But slow in a good way. Is it good? I'm glad the week was good. Usually that's the rough part. People are like, "Oh, the week sucked," but I'm so glad to have the weekend. So it sounds like you got a good weekend, or a slow weekend is a good. Oh boy, howdy! That's a nice bit of That's a nice, yeah. Oh boy. So yeah, I think this is really. Really the only play we can make there. And if he's got another one, we'll just probably concede at that point. There is a, as I said, there's a pivot point of value where if our opponent has it, we're not going to be able to, this deck doesn't have the ability to come back from that. We don't have enough swing cards to make that happen. But he's trading, so that's cool. And I think our Gristlehide is going to force something. Because I don't think any of these, they get buffed up, he's going to survive any which way. So, it's like, if you hit me, you give me the cards. If you hit him, you give me the cards. So what are you going to do? No, the rest of the year was pretty rough, but I am sort of bracing for the next impact. Ah, okay. Okay. Forsworn Guide is harshly underrated. It really is. Usually, he's a... Okay, so there's... We burn a suppress, which is nice. Because I really am not worried about card draw, to be honest. Against this kind of opponent right here. They're going to give me the cards. Like that one there. Yeah, see. Not too concerned about card draw. This will be nice then. We're going to go ahead and do the Shackless and the Shackless. And, to Big Hind's point, we can Forsworn Guide and Shackless again. This card is good against aggro, but against what we do, not a bit. We just don't want it to hit our face, but we really don't care if he... Wow, okay, so he's going to hit our face. And he doesn't get the... I mean, that's... That works for... Whoa, whoa! Alright, so our opponent might be a little... I mean, so that's unforgivable. I banish our opponent to the depths of wherever for that. But I don't think he realizes... I mean, you're not... okay, maybe he's got something up his sleeve. Maybe he's got something up his sleeve. I am a little perplexed by that, to be honest. But... the unsummon allows you to summon the... yep, good for really neat effects like Galeen. Yeah, Big Hind, exactly. And as we found with the card that Denise recommended, the 3/3 that spits out the 0/1, you can either resummon the 0/1 or resummon the 3/3, and either way you get even more card draw. So I think here, what's it going to take to be... Okay, we're going to have to use the big one to take that down, I guess, but... I'm coming for you next, Hallow Death Priest. Nobody likes you. Except for Denise. Denise likes you. Man, I mean, this has just been a suppression deck. Like crazy. I'm leery about giving our opponent a really good card, but...
Read my lips.
I'll take this one.
Mouth paws.
Letting us snowball would be awesome. Hello, Rob! Hail! Hope you're well, and hello, chat. Yep, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I've got my eggnog right here. The most delicious substance known to man and women in all of human history. If there's life on other planets, I guarantee you they have eggnog. Oh, so this was a silence and violence deck then. Is what I believe we're seeing. So we gotta go Horned Helm, right? If we're gonna get rid of some stuff. You do a little bit of this. Do a little bit of that.
This one has been sharpening her claws.
I'll
all
fight
day.
to my last breath.
There we go. Yeah, but I agree, Big Hind. He is really underutilized. Severely underutilized. Alright, so all we gotta do... I mean, we know he can silence. But all we gotta do is play a critter and we'll be okay. So what I'm gonna do...
Claws are sharp.
She gets to hit again, so we're gonna take this out.
A reach is ours.
We're gonna play a card. And do we Dragon Aspect that? Yeah, that kills it on the next play, the next turn. I mean, he has burned a lot of silence already. 2 suppresses, a mute, and I'm sure he's got more. He's got to have more. Whoa. Big bodies. Lots and lots of big bodies. Ooh. The moose was a fine. Oh, and there you go. What do we want to... Silence isn't really going to get us anywhere. We can't shackle anything. So this we can continue to keep shackled. This one's going to break free at some point. But I'm alright with it for now. We'll see. Eggnog, it's actually pineapple on pizza in a blender that you are deceiving us again, good sir. I don't know what you're on about, my friend. I don't know what you're on about. You're a crazy person. That look of bliss cannot be achieved by pineapple on pizza, blended or otherwise. It can only be achieved by true, genuine deliciousness. Go ahead and take that out. That shackles him down. And to contest there. We don't want to play all of our stuff. This dismantle is really... I think we're going to get another vicious D in here and get rid of dismantle. We're just not... I mean, there's going to be a time where we're going to want it. I guarantee it. I know that. But... boy, this is rough. Yeah, Cell Silence gone bad. Exactly. Drew all their silence first and all their big bodies last, and which is the problem that I've found with it. Ooh. Oda Ving, you beautiful bastard, you. I mean, that's some severe property damage, but I don't judge you for it. Wow. Wow, 2 cards. 2 cards in his damn hand, and one of them is that. This is why you fail, my friend. This is why you fail. Go ahead and trade here. Top deck you needed. Great. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Big Hind. And now I've got to be very... I got to wait till I get another big body, because I'm not gonna like this guy the way he's been drawing. No, we're not gonna mess with that. I will put down my other shriveled mummy, thanks to you. These are coming back to haunt you. Alright, that's good enough for me, I think. Oops. That was a mistake. A huge mistake. The biggest of mistakes, because that's going to get silenced. Guaranteed. Good evening, He drops the chalupa. Good evening, Ugnip. Did you finish getting your dilly put together? Sorry, I don't... It was a furnace, electrical furnace, I think? We don't have a way to finish it at the moment. So we'll just pass the turn, I guess. Wait, let me just dip back into my reservoir here. Oh. I kind of want to do that. What was that line? When Harry Met Sally? Where she does the whole, what is it, the coffee shop orgasm scene. At the end, it's like, I'll have what she's having. I want to reenact that with this, but I don't want to be vulgar. All right, Leshy. I mean, it was an interesting concept. But that's why I very rarely run it, because oftentimes you're drawing the wrong end of your deck. But then, of course, we got our butts our butt kicked, our teeth kicked in, and our clock cleaned by decks that have the magic combination. The movement with move and the creatures that need to be moved. The silence with violence that has both the violence and the silence, one after the other one. That's why it feels extra bad, because I played those decks and I know how hard it is to get those to line up. like the best you can hope for is that they kind of overlap a little bit. So when you get somebody that just nails it beat for beat, you're like, what is the justice in this world? It was in a game. Oh, boo. I got boo. You know what that reminds me of? I crap you not. There was, when I was about, I would say it was almost 10 years ago now. Ooh. I mean, Trebuchet, but Gentleman Jim, they'll never see it coming. They'll never see him coming. Gentleman Jim, he'll say, give me a card. Any card. As long as it's a good card. He seems to say. But yeah, so it was like about 10 years ago, and these kids were talking. It's like, oh yeah, so I dropped back, I threw the ball, and like he ran up and caught it, and like did a dive, and it was so awesome. And then we marched down the field, and like 3 plays later, got a touchdown, and does this whole thing. And in my mind, I'm thinking, strangers. You know, I was beginning to think that we're not going to hit too much because we don't want to. We're going to do this because I don't want to take a chance of her blowing up. Because you know she would. And anyway, so I'm thinking of all this stuff, and in the back of my head, I'm like, you know, here I thought that the younger generation was not, you know, they were gonna. He's gonna learn not to do that. I mean, we're out of stuff now, but don't play things until you're ready to have them go off, Diagnabbit. But anyway, come to find out, he wasn't talking about a sports game thing. He was talking about Madden. They were playing a video game. He was talking about it like he was actually doing something. It was not infuriating, but it was just like, really? Really? Ooh. It's like, come on, man. Seriously, like, I mean, to be fair, I get that way a little bit, or it's more of a, jeez. When people talk about, and it doesn't happen as often because it's a little harder to pull it off. What do we got here?
My blade is death to assassins.
Death to assassins. Death to assassins. Well, my dragon aspect is death to the death of assassins. We get a card, right? Oh no, I forgot. Well, I don't forget. I didn't realize that it went that way. But like some people talk about, well, they'll talk about like ooh, that's a big wildfire dragon. It's gonna put a hurting on us for sure. That may have just cost us. I mean, we can do Dwarven Centurion with Crushing Blow, but if he's got to fell the mighty, if he can nuke this, we're pretty much dead. Because Gentleman Jim is probably just going to yank the Trebuchet, and that's not going to help us. Okay, that's not the worst, but it's also not the best. Dwarven Dynamo is very good. All right, we've got some options here. And we're gonna need this and this. Again, I should have put it on that guy. Ah, well. And since we're pretty much in the end game here, I'm gonna go ahead and throw down another body. I wanted to play the Stinker Trebuchet so that I can take something decent from his hand with my Gentleman Jim. Otherwise, I'm just gonna get a stupid Trebuchet. Alright, I'm gonna give him a card, not meaning to, but. I think he's determined to hit us in the face with this guy this turn.
You die.
No? Okay. Don't really have an answer for that at this point. But like when people talk about like Dungeons and Dragons, they'll like they flesh out what happened in the game with such eloquence. And they're so animated and everything, and so you actually think it's like a movie or something, and then it's like, oh, it was just so. But that at least I'm incredibly appreciative of the. All right, so here's the thing, that is not big enough. That is not big enough. What we can do is we can Barded Gar and Crushing Blow. Vardagar and Goldbrand. Goldbrand will take out this. We take out that. And we get another guard down here just to be on the safe side. And he's running out of cards, so we're not going to go too... I didn't want to go too hard on his face just yet. Well, he's not running out of cards, but... There goes the Trebuchet. So sweet. So Gentleman Jim's going to get a little bit of value here. But we are leaving it up to RNG. That was the danger about the Trebuchet. It could just do 4 damage to our face every single time. But he is playing everything, so we are going to... Oh, we can't do Gentleman and Dwarven Armaments. That's a problem. That's too expensive. We can nuke his Trebuchet, though. That's going to help. It sucks to use it on something so petite, but it could... Yeah, so I think we'll do Gentleman Jim and Crushing Blow. Alright, so we do this. Oh, no, wait. Yeah. That move just made that move a little bit less appealing. So we can get rid of the Trebuchet, and that bumps it up to 6 next turn. Let's see what Gentleman Jim gives us.
Have manners.
Okay, so we can drag at aspect 7. That's going to be perfect. Alright. How dare you afflict Gentleman Jim? Oof. Alright.
Storm Race.
So now it becomes too big to hit again.
I said good.
And then continuing to do so. I know. Wars to fight.
Oh, dang it. The crab gave him... All right. Well, we've got to get going, I think. I mean, he's got... because he can start putting down Odavings like a chomp. Like a champ. And we don't really have any guards. So it's going to be... Yeah, I don't think we've got a way to pull this off. Because he's going to get bigger. Because he's got a dragon next turn. So unless we pull a guard here, it's GG. We do not. We can do 3 damage. And that's it. So he's going to get bigger. They don't have to worry about it. Yep.
My fight is done.
Probably should have been hitting him a little bit more. So that when that time came, we could actually do something. But because we were with the Dwarven Armaments and him, that's 4 plus 5, that's 9 plus 3 is 12 off of 20. We were only 8 off. So if we had been able to, if we poked him a little bit more, yeah, we would have given him a card, but we also would have, and well, yeah, there probably was a couple misplays in there as well. I mean, it's me, it's Schward. Evil Din. Starting off with a disconnect, that's always a good time. Okay, there we go. Why not ranked play? Because people try harder in ranked play typically. I mean, you can still get people like this that are running Regurgitation Telvanni. I'm guessing Regurgitation Telvanni. But in ranked, we're like this is I don't expect to win with this deck. You know what though? Let's go ahead and do this. Well, I'm only taking Skeletal Dragon because we have absolutely 0 use for that, and I might be able to use the guard. And I don't want Regurgitation Telvanni to use this.
I smell the stench of the living.
I bet you do. I bet you do.
Did I stutter or something?
But yeah, Ugnif. So because my goal is to win with this deck, I need to, in my mind, level the playing field a little bit more.
Yourself now.
That's an interesting
Did I
play.
stutter or something?
The Night Mother will guide us.
Oh no! But it's on turn 1. It's on turn 1. So we definitely need some clockwork. Actually, no. You know what? That's not gonna work. Dag the nabbit. I'm guessing lightning bolt. So yeah, it's.
I do not fear
Yeah, that's a perfect dragon aspect. Well, that's an even better golden aspect. But no. I don't mind if he gets a thingy blooper. We're gonna do this. He gets a contract. I'm not too worried about it.
Feel the Night Mother's love.
Rise, my servant.
Yeah, regurgitation. Regurgitation.
The void awaits.
And I guarantee you we're gonna see those assassins very, very soon. You know what? Yeah, I think I'm good with Dwarven Centurion. I mean, it's Telvanni, so I might be. It might be a little bit smarter for me to be on the aggressive, just because we can't beat Greed, Regurgitation, Telvanni. I don't think with this.
Praise to Namira.
The waters of life.
Behold my
For the Black Hand.
Give him a little something to think about there with our Night Mother. Primitive but effective. So far. So far. I'm guessing he's going to get shackled or snakes. There you go. I'm okay with that. And now we can, in theory, we might be able to Forsworn Guide and buff this up even more.
Swift.
Roots of the haste.
Okay. Unless he had a Leaf Lurker finish off, that's not really terribly helpful, but... let's go ahead and...
I'll fight them.
Oh no! Misplay! Well, I wasn't going to hit with him first anyway. I'm not sure why I did that exactly, but... You can look for answers, but that ain't fun. Now get in the pit and try to love someone. Bow it to ba da bang da dang diggy 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 said the boogie and up jump the boogie. Bow it to ba da bang da dang diggy 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 said the boogie and up jump the boogie. For the film, for the fans, for the Clone Wars. And now for a practical demonstration. I have arrived. I think you mean eyes have arrived? Or I have arrived? Interesting, interesting. I think that still gives us the win, right? Especially with that. We do 6 plus this, yeah. I mean, we could have just hit that, actually. But... whatever. Actually, no, yeah, that was a misplay. We had one extra. We didn't have to do that. We could have just... I don't think our opponent noticed. Hopefully didn't notice. I totally didn't notice until moments ago, but... yeah, so we are mitigating our our risk of not making, like, I'm giving myself the best chance of winning or getting the Centurion by playing in casual. You may have some, but what we're counting, I think, a lot more of are newer players. And I think this is a fair deck to play against. Like, it's not, I don't think it's, we're not abusing any stuff. It's got a decent win rate at this point, but I don't feel like we're unduly punishing people if they are here just trying to practice their decks. I think this is a decent one to practice against. I don't think it's cruel or unusual.
Mud crab, merchant. Read my lips. Mouth paws.
I mean, she's not going to get any value, but 1/1 Risen Dead. That may come back to haunt us, but I don't think if this is like a burn ass or something, I don't think it's not going to really be an issue. All right, old salty, or not old salty, crab merchant. I'm doing this again, making them think we're aggressive, so that they're all like, "Oh my gosh, she's so aggressive. We must counterattack." Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You did it! Oh, we need that. We need that voice line, people. We need that voice line. I need to have that. That is the. Yeah. Oh, it brings me so much joy. Should it bring me that much joy? Probably not, but it definitely brings me a lot of joy. Yeah. It's like it's at once the most pathetic and the most I'm trying to think of how you'd phrase it. Like it's the most passionate and boisterous, but like phoning it in. Okay, and so this is why I would. Well, I don't know. We'll see how he plans to abuse it, I guess. So we can't do Crushing Blow and anything else. I'm just going to take my draw here. And we'll go to the Whirling Duelist.
Guides my hand.
And we do have Dwarven armaments for her, or the Horned Helm.
What have we here?
It's a Whirling Duelist.
Look to the skies. Do not think that you live by me.
So that actually works out really well. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go for it. We might lose it here, but I figure it's worth a shot. We got a lot of reach on our hand right now.
I bark and birth. This is interesting.
So it's kind of a burnout, I guess, a little bit. So we can dismantle that, which is nice.
Scales move in shadow.
We can't Dwarven Dynamo. I just realized that. We can Barbus, but we can't Dwarven Dynamo. Disappointment Dragon? Okay. I'm alright with that, I guess. Or, even better, Vicious D. So, Vicious D and Horned Helm? Maybe? So I could do Dismantle and Barbus. I think I want to do that.
Yeah, I just talked, and then continuing to do so. I know, wars to fight, dragons to confront.
Good call, you can't cope with the workshop. Yeah. I didn't want to run the risk, that's all. Oh, that's a lot of word walls. That's the third one. Oh, that actually helped us.
The hunt is on.
That actually helped us. Yeah. That helped us. I don't know if he realized what that was going to do, but we would have been shut down that play. He just kind of gave us the... So, okay, I will admit, games like that I don't feel bad about. Like, I'm not sorry that I won, but I do... You can only take those wins with a grain of salt, because clearly... I mean, like, I'm not that great of a player, but if I can see a misplay as glaring obvious as that one... I mean, yes, I understand you're going, that's a big body. That's a really big body against my little bodies, my little gates. But you got two of them. I would have to silence both of them. in order to, as the board stood, make my way through. So taking that much damage to the face. I mean, I did that, but I did that. I mean, I did something where I took damage, but it was a big brain play. Big brain, big body. Because I was going to win that turn. I mean, that just handed me the game. It was very kind. Well, not kind. It wasn't doing it on purpose, I don't think. But yeah, back to that. Yeah, it's like you could picture the guy just kind of sitting there. He's just kind of doing that. He's like, yeah, like it's got all the bluster and the volume and the correct inflection, but it just seems like somebody just doesn't really care. It's almost like if he was surprising somebody and he was expecting all his friends to jump. That's what it is. If you're going to ambush somebody and it was going to be you and you thought you were going to have a bunch of friends jump out with you, you're like, ready guys, ready? Yeah! Like it's the cry you make when you're doing this and then you realize in the middle of it that nobody else is with you and you're just like, oh shit. That's what that is. That's what that is. Or someone's, if you're at a rally or something, it's like, let me hear you, folks. Let me hear you. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I need to record that. Okay, timestamp. What was that? All right, it had to be around the 35-minute mark. The start of that game. The start of the game against what I thought was going to be a burn ass and was kind of ish, but had dragon cards, but no dragons. I don't know. And workshop, but I don't know. I feel like we got a hodgepodge there. So, I mean, we can, especially if we're going to sit in a queue like that, we can shift over to ranked. But the thing is, Ugnip, I don't expect us to climb with this deck. Like, we're not going to get to rank 4 with this deck. I don't think. It's and what we were coming against yesterday, I think, or the day before yesterday, when I switched over to casual, we were getting people making that dash for rank 4, which is like, I'm not here to mess around. Not here, like kind of like what we were doing when we pushed to rank 100. I'm not here to mess around. I'm not here to have fun. I'm here to get my daggone rank. And so when you're up against players like that, there's nothing wrong with that. Again, we did it too, but you don't want to be trying to mix it up with them, you know? What is with... Okay, there must be something... Like, are we getting preemptive TESL kerfuffle going on here? Because this is the second waiting for opponents to connect as we start the game. We just spent about a minute in the queue for casual. Not really sure what's going on. Oh, and just also, before I forget, folks, and you can tell your friends because they'll care. We might be starting a little late today for the live at 5. It's going to be closer like live at 5:30 or at 4:30 because I've got another meeting with my employer, my contractual employer.
I stand to serve.
You're sitting down, you dummy. You are literally sitting down. You could not be any further away from standing to serve. But yeah, so and I told him my window of opportunity was between 12:30 and 2 o'clock his time, which is 1:30 and 3 o'clock my time. But somehow the interview got scheduled, or the discussion got scheduled between 2:30 and 3:30. My hope is he meant to only do a half hour. It's not going to take more than a half hour, and therefore we're going to be able to. Mechanical ally, go! See, the problem we've got right now... I know that's going to get nuked. It has to get nuked, but I just want to give him something else to think about. He's going to be able to make this trade, no problem. Hopefully we'll be able to make this trade, also no problem. And there will be no problem.
Your death is my command.
That sounds... This guy has kind of got some bummer voice lines. Your death is my command. How does that even work? Your death is my command. I don't care about the drain, but I am concerned with... Now, you know what? Let's go ahead and do this. I am concerned with it being able, if he gets above 5, being able to hit us for 2. So if he can buff this at all, then we're kind of in trouble. And right now we're in trouble because I'm going to have to use Warp and Armaments just to Oh, never mind. Right now, this isn't a bad trade. I'm sure he's gonna. Oh no! That's got to be shackled, or that's got to be. No, I don't know. So we do this. Barbus.
Just talk, and then continuing to do so. I know wars to fight, dragons to confront.
All right. So our opponent has a lot of stuff in his hand, a lot of cards in his hand, not stuff, just cards. That's a problem for us. Goldbrand is going to make sure that he dies, even if. Wait. So is this a Unite deck? Yeah, he's not going to run out of cards. It was kind of a mistake. We kind of approached this the wrong way, I think. I don't blame you guys. I blame myself. Like, Empire.
Go on. Try to hit this one.
I will. Oh no! Oh no. Yeah. Yeah. No!
Together, we will make a fortune.
Yeah, I mean, we could draw Odaving here, but I keep saying I need to tweak the deck a little bit more, but we're taking a while to do it. Yeah, I just don't think we win this. We'll give it a little bit of time, but I just don't feel particularly good about it. I mean, Empire is wired for late game. We've made ourselves late game, where we can force it, and it is a singleton. Well, it wasn't Mushroom Tower. I give him kudos for that. And yeah, now we're done.
A hard-fought victory. My fight.
Oh wait, whoa, was he gonna win? Oh, sorry, man. I'm sorry. I didn't realize he was gonna be able to win that turn. That got out of hand really fast. Sorry, I would have let him go. I didn't realize. I thought it was gonna take at least another turn. I thought we were being proactive, but see, and that's why Ugnip. That's why. Because this deck I don't feel very good about our chances of winning in ranked, because people are bringing, in theory, they're bringing their proven out decks into ranks play. I don't want to necessarily come across brand new players. I want to come across people who are trying decks that are different, or they're playing just some boring old whatever, and to get to grind for some stuff. I'm not really expecting this. Oh, I forgot to tweak the deck. How do you like them apples? I gotta remember to change to tweak the deck. We need more silence. We need more big bodies. Lots more big bodies. We have far too few big bodies. Up against Fat Chango, the pastry chef. All right, I hate to say that goes and that's hand in hand with stereotypes, but I mean, come on. If you're a pastry chef and you're darn good at your job, chances are, if you are a Chango, you will become a fat Chango. It's very easy to do, because that's your job. Your job is to make good food, and of course, everything you make is not gonna get eaten. So you're gonna have to clean up your own leftovers, and then you just it's pastry chef. It's not like the vegetarian chef or the meat plate chef. It's the pastry chef. It's like the worst thing you can have is carbs with sugar. I miss the days when I could eat carbs with sugar. If I could go back and tell my younger self anything, it would be eat all the carbs and sugar you can. You skinny little lucky turd muffin. Your metabolism is running at 110%. Soon it will be part-time. And even then, it kind of phones it in most of the time. It's like, I don't want to process that all that much. That's a lot to process. Let's just let most of it just kind of sit on your hips, man. That's the cool thing to do, you know? Love handles for all those times that people need to grab you with love. And I mean, dude, if you need a win in casual that badly, Fat Django, it's possible he's too Fat Django and he could not get to the keys. That is a possibility. Fat Django could have been sitting there with the finger. Gosh darn it. We don't know how fat Django was. So who knows? It is perhaps debilitatingly big. You can be debilitatingly buff too. You know, I was surprised. Muscle bound is actually a thing. You can actually have so much muscle, you are not able to, like, you can't clasp your hands behind your back or put your arms by the side, or, you know, have to turn sideways to go through the doorway. It's an actual affliction. I mean, it's a self-imposed affliction, but it is a thing. So whether it's because of fat cells or muscle, we can in fact impede our mobility such that we are unable to play a computer game. Spread the awareness.
Welcome, friend.
Well, hello there.
Hail, friend.
Well, hello. Is this the second or third Halalu that we've played? And nothing on that turn. 3-drop isn't bad for this deck, I guess. It's not great. Doesn't make me thrilled, especially when our opponent has ooh, yeah, that sucks. For our opponent, because Vicious D is going to hit the board next turn and make this abomination go away. I mean, not after he gets a bunch of attacks with it, though. Darofus? Wow. Yeah, we need another Vicious D in there. Or we need our, I mean, that's fine. He doesn't have a board, really. So I guess we're just going to start going in, huh? Lena Bannock, that's who I'm thinking of, is going to be coming down here pretty soon. We see her a lot these days. I'm expecting to see her now. On curve. Yeah, she would definitely go in the shadow. Oh no, it's going to be that guy. Interesting. So we are going to drag an aspect, his aspect. You know what I'm saying? Can we do that in something else? We can do that in Crushing Blow. I don't have to worry about that. Protect our 6/4 from Vipers and other paraphernalia. We have enough for Dwarven Dynamo and Crushing Blow, so we essentially just need, I think, one body, because that brings it down to 7. That bumps it up to 3. We got 6 in hand. We only need... Yeah.
You are dead.
I guess that's a kind of a state of execution. That's 11. We just need the Crushing Blow after that then.
A hard-fought victory.
Since they greeted us first, I'm happy to give them a So how many wins? I think we hit 20 at that point now. Titles. Centurion. 21. All right. So yeah, we're a fifth of the way there. 20%. Still a long way to go, but hey, I mean the thing is, if we finish soon, then we go back to doing other stuffs. But yeah, so anyway, as I mentioned earlier, it might end up being 3:30 my time. It's usually 3 o'clock, so a half hour later than usual, possibly for War at 4. And remember, we're offering two different options, kind of an unofficial tournament. We're doing tribal auto build decks, so you cram as much tribal stuff, all the Khajiit or all the Argonian or all the whatever high elf, all of that you can into your deck, and the rest of it is auto filled. And then we've got constructed. If you all have some decks that have been percolating, especially now that you've got everything in nice shiny premium, can bring your deck. And hey, you know what? Even you might even challenge whoever's been kicking butt with their tribal deck. You can actually challenge them with your pre-constructed deck and see how that goes. But it just depends on what people want to do. If people just want to have a casual random thing and just play whatever, we can do that. If they want to pit their best against someone else's best, we've got some rivalries here. I'm not going to give any names. I'm not trying to instigate anything, but
Read my lips.
when rally is pretty dangerous. It's a lower cost, but Highlander Lurcher is a little more harder to deal with for us. So we'll go ahead and grab that big body. Big body, big body. And we are going to poke, like I said, if we're up against a deck that looks like it's going to be control. I still have all the tribal lists from the 100th. Oh, okay. That might even be better than IO. That might be better. There's like 22 of them, right? Or 25. There was a goodly number of them, if I recall. Mechanical ally. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this.
Did I stutter something?
Let him get big and strong. He never thought Spiderworker never thought in all his life. He's like, I'll never amount to nothing. I got a 0 attack. I'm never gonna make a difference. You're gonna give your life, my friend. You're gonna give your life so that the other crabs and stuff may attack. And now we do have our opponent with 1 ring charge left. Could very well Ice Storm us into oblivion. But we will soldier on.
The Hist provides.
Did I stutter something?
Let's go with Highland Lurcher. See what he's got for the Highland Lurcher. I'm guessing it's going to be a shackle of some kind.
I strike like the Morag tongue. Swiftly
Okay,
and
Cruel
must
Fire Bloom, I
count on
guess.
our
then.
wits.
Yep, gonna pull a Cruel Fire Bloom. So, nothing to see here but the boring old. And if we're very lucky and our opponent, yeah, it comes out if our opponent is lucky. Please hit the 2-1. Let's punish this RNG nonsense. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, game. You had to burn it. Oh, how pathetic. How absolutely pathetic. So I would do this now, but I'm not gonna, because again, Ice Storm.
I live for adventure.
Good to know. You gonna get another Cruel Fire Bloom, buddy? goodness gracious. No, okay. All right.
Nothing will stop my rise.
In that case, what I want to do... The big body coming down in the left lane, in the right lane, the shadow lane. Hide in the big body, hide the big body.
Take that!
I did that because he can't. He's gonna have to do something special to kill this thing. As it stands now, does he have another cruel fire blow? Oh wow, wow, wow! Had to dismantle. Just holding on to that, man. Yeah, that feels pretty shitty. Not gonna lie. Not sure if he's chuckling maniacally or he's actually planning to do something or what.
We must count on our wits.
You have no wits. You have RNG. And regurgitation. That's what you have. There's nothing witty about Telvanni. I'm sorry. Yeah.
My fight is done.
Not gonna waste the time. Not gonna waste the time. We got him down to Telvanni's typical. Oh yes, I need to redo this deck now. Need to make some additions. I mean, it's doing well. So I'm gonna leave it as is. I'm gonna see if I can. Cool. All right. I'm gonna do less mud crab because I don't like. There's a chance that I could. Good choice to sit through Telvanni shenanigans. Yeah, Big Hind. It's. I mean, it's one of those things you just do it so often that you're like, I'm just. And Adoring Fan, let's face it, he's another RNG bit of nonsense. I'd rather not have. You know what? I know people love Mud Crab Merchant, but again, if somebody who doesn't like RNG, I'm like, why do I keep putting him in here? Because I'm just as likely to get something. 2 good cards, and I have to give my opponent one of them. So I don't like having him there. It's a good 1 cost, and I don't know that we've got any other options in 1. Let's see. Well, we've got Cadwell, who's a... Which actually, you know what? Ooh, no, you know what? Let's do this. We're just going to try him. We're going to try him. There we go. Oh, Fabricate. Fabricate, that's not a bad one either. All right. But then I wanted more silence and more support removal. Where is... There it is. Silence and Vicious D. Where are you at? Vicious D. There we go. What else? Knife to the throat. Dragon aspect has actually been pretty good for us. Dawn Fang really has not been amazing. I'm kind of tempted to take him. I want another Forsworn Guide, I think. He's been good. He's been good for us. I like Forsworn Guide. He has some utility in this deck for certain. RNG is not evil in itself. It just gets boring in Telvanni when the whole deck is constructed around it. Spy Master, the Burning Support. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not saying RNG is evil because, I mean, again, any deck, any game like this is going to feature RNG. I just try to minimize my reliance on it for a win. So I don't want to get Dagoth from Mudcrab Merchant. Like, that doesn't feel good to me. It's like, oh, hey, I got lucky. But it doesn't feel good to win off of the back of RNG. So I just want to minimize the amount of it that I use to, like, so Fabricate has some RNG in it in terms of what options you get, but it gives you 3 options. So you do have some control over what it is. You can decide, hey, do I want a lower cost to fight off some possible aggression, or am I going to save it for a big body later on? It gives us that flexibility with a little bit of RNG in there. Mudcrab is just, hey, pick two stuff. One can give you the game on a silver platter, or you could get what we've had instances towards the end of the game. I've got a Mudcrab in my hand. I'm like, I'm scared to play this because it may give me 2 cards that both of them are really. What if it gives me 2 charges? I think we had one where it was like Cliff Racer and like a big body. And it's like, I don't want my opponent to have either one of those. I'm fighting for my life right now. I don't want my opponent to get either one of these cards, but I can't not give them one now because I've chosen. It's not like you can do that and it sets it aside, and at a time of your choosing, you can give your opponent a card or not. Or, you know, it's like if it was choose 2 cards and you say, okay, I'll put them both aside. When I'm prepared to give my opponent one, then I can take mine. So I know they're sitting there. I'm not saying that would be fair or right. I'm just saying without that aspect of it, I'm running a risk with Mudcrab Merchant. And I'm also in some way relying on him, hoping that he's going to high roll me. And then to me, that's kind of no better than the Cruel Fire Bloom. Oh, please hit the card that has 5 health and not the one that has 2/1. Oh, okay. Well, it failed. I got to use another one now. And let me get, it just doesn't feel right. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel right. We haven't really used Glass Helm of Remedy. I think we've got enough ways to heal where that's just not necessary. I mean, there are a few times where it's given us a little more bulk to our creatures, but not a lot. We do actually have 2 Dwarven Centurions. Do we have anything else of girth? I mean, we're at 54 cards, so ideally, or arguably, we shouldn't be adding more. Oh, let me get rid of one of these ankle snappers. What do we have in... I'd say I don't want... I mean, we got Geube. We could throw something on Geube. We don't have a lot of items, though. 3 items. That's not really enough to give Geube a good shot at victory. We could make a mono, or we could make a Geube deck where it's designed just to give Geube some options. And that might throw him off. And it could actually, it's a prophecy, it's a 2/2 guard, and it could discount our other guy. That might not be a bad idea. So that's a 2 cost, so we can get rid of our other Mudcrab Ankle Snapper. Yeah, I like that. And maybe the Lurking Crocodile? I don't know. But yeah, Big Hind, I definitely agree. It's not RNG in and of itself. And Reflective Automaton, maybe. Don't need that one of those. We're just going to go with 54. I think we had 54 to begin with. This needs to be named, though. What shall we name this? The Neutrality Fallacy. I don't know why, but it sounds awesome. What represents... Oh, there we go. This guy never gets to be... No, but nobody ever wants to play have that featured, so we're going to do that then. All right, here we go. Neutrality Fallacy. Go! Oh, yeah. I'm out of nog. My nog has run dry. This is a travesty. I'm grieving. Wouldn't it be cool if there was an eggnog cow? Like, we should... we need this. We need to genetically modify cows so that we can milk eggnog. Of course, I'm joking. I mean, because eggnog would be absolutely horrible for calves. But if we create, they modify cows to just be lethargic food processors to give meat later on. I don't know why we can't add a bonus of having some milk in them or some eggnog, like an eggnog cow, an egg cow, a nog cow. I think that sounds brilliant. You could combo Forsworn Harder, looking for nice summon effects you want to redo. Yeah, I mean, we do have a decent amount of them. Big Hind, we've got the, like I said, the 3/3 that spits out the 0/1. Both those are good. There is that Dwemer that spits out another Dwemer if you have. Yeah, we might look at that, Big Hind. We may look at that again. See, and this is the other good thing about playing in casual. Like, how many times do you see that guy play? Answer: never. Mage Slayer: almost never. And they say there's no decent 2-drops in strength. All right, Bardic Gyre. I need you to do some stuff for me. I think we're gonna go ahead and start ringing out some stuff. Again, give our opponent something to think about. Although that make him a little more anxious. Understandably so.
Looks like it falls on my shoulders.
Unfortunately, we have to hope that they are not running Divine Fervor when we do this. Because if that comes down next turn, I will not be thrilled.
There's nowhere they can hide.
No, my Vicious D!
Becomes the hunted.
So Forsworn Guide now clogging up our hand considerably, but that's alright. We'll be ready. Interesting. See, I don't mind doing that because I've got the Forsworn Guide that I can bring him back to my hand and get rid of it after trading with this, if it doesn't get casted into time.
I'll fight to my last breath.
Not doing great on cards here. We'll see. We'll see how we go. Rob says, put some bourbon in that eggnog, bro. How dare you, Rob? How dare you insinuate that I would defame the delicious, succulent flavor and texture and consistency of... Oh, boy, howdy. That's a problem. That's a bit of a problem right there.
The reach is ours.
Poof. Yeah, I kind of want to trade into that, don't I? I mean, eggnog has the perfect level of thickness and thinness.
The reach is ours.
Oops. Love that card. No, I don't. But yeah, it's a perfect thickness, and so when you put bourbon in it, it gets less thick. Okay, that's actually not too bad, because we were going to Odabing next turn. Now, granted, it's probably going to get cast into time. Again. Oh, does that mean it doesn't kill it? It does! Wow, what do you know about that? What a great pull for our opponent there. And he's gone. Which leaves room for our Dwarven Colossus. So I don't know, this is just a remove all your stuff deck? I don't know. Go get him, Codwell. You magnificent bastard, you. That's a lot of cards. Probably has still more removal for this guy. So we may just lose this on boredom alone. Yeah, I'm bored.
My fight is done.
Keep playing removal only in casual. It's not going to do you well in the actual game, my friend. With your luck, he has Divine Fervor. That's what I was thinking, Big Hein. I was expecting it. And to my point, though, it wasn't Divine Fervor. It was something arguably worse, as it was just spitting out a whole bunch of cards that made it much more difficult to do stuff. Yellow cows for eggnog. Brown for chocolate milk? Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, Ugnip. That's what we need. That's what the world needs. I guarantee you, world hunger, war, contention, strife, all this goes away if we have cows where you can just walk up to a cow, you see that it's yellow, put a cup under there, go, fills it up with some fresh eggnog right from the source. And then if we can make like an ice maker cow, you know, that's the udder becomes a little more problematic. The places that the ice cubes would come out of might not be where we want them to come out of. So I mean, and you don't want ice and eggnog anyway. You want it to be cold, but so it would be a cow that you keep in colder temperatures. So you'd go to, you know, Alaska or something like that, where these nog cows are bred, and chocolate milk cows. And you know, you just go out there and there you go. You get some nice cool eggnog, and then you get some chocolate milk if you want some. And yeah, I think a lot of things would turn around in this life if we just had something as simple and innocuous as nog cows and milk and chocolate milk cows. Oh, pardon me. And by that I mean, chew. Oh goodness.
I'm ready for anything.
Anything? Really? Pretty sure that's not the case. You're a 1-3. if they wanted to make you convincing as being ready for everything, I think they would have made you like a 1-16 or something like that. You are ready for turn 1, 2, and 3. After that, you are not ready for anything. Crazy scientist vibes here. No, Ugnip, no. I saved the world. I can remake it in my image. I can have all sorts of wonderful things. Humanity will worship me. They will be so thrilled that I have all these wonderful cows. You don't understand. No one understands my vision. No one understands my dream. Just wait. It's just you wait. My nog cows will be a thing. My vision will be realized and the world will worship me. Worship me. All right, well, this is different, isn't it? See, there we go. Force One Guide comes in and says, hey.
My last breath.
And Cadwell, singing, Dr. Stein grows funny creatures. Let's let them run it into the night. They become great TESL players. A dash of nutmeg on top. Wait, what? Okay, no, wait, okay. Rob, no. No, eggnog is unadulterated eggnog is what we want here, Rob. You are adulterating my eggnog. You're trying to... Well, now, to be fair, the first time I ever had eggnog was in these cool little... I don't know, there were these weird, like, very thin glasses with a little hand here. Oh! What shall we dismantle?
The reach is ours.
What shall we dismantle? The training grounds or this? We haven't broken a rune yet, so I'm not too worried about it. But I think we're going to dismantle... I don't want to dismantle training grounds because I kind of want to encourage people to play that.
To me.
Okay, now I see the problem. So what do we do? What do we do? Yeah, we'll get rid of this. Say, you know what?
The reach is ours.
I will spill your blood.
Mechanical ally. So I did have eggnog in my very first cup of eggnog. I did have nutmeg. So I'm not going to decry it that much. But at this point, I'm a purist. I just want the nog. Give me the nog, all the nog, and nothing but the nog. You put alcohol in it. It adds that flavor to the nog, and it's no longer deliciously creamy and whatnot. Oh, don't tell me you're going to do the thing to her. Are you really? No, Cadwell. Oh no. Oh, I was looking forward to his shenanigans. I don't have... None of my silence is showing up here.
Oh, how I've longed to get him again. I'll fight to my last breath.
See, we're getting some good use out of him. He's already given us 2 draw cards back.
I shall be your eyes and ears.
Must I do everything myself?
I'll slaughter you.
Dang, he's so angry. He is just so angry.
The reach is ours.
I mean, I kind of hate to do this, but I gotta, you know, I can appreciate it, but we need to. We're trying to get the win. So Big Han, what is that? Oh my gosh. Now I don't feel bad. No, I don't feel bad. Eggnog shake at McDonald's with that nasty chalking gun meat chalking gun meat McRib. I don't know that I would want to get a shake at McDonald's, to be honest. Rob. That was a nice top deck there. Luckily, we do have... Well, he's not online until next turn. For the card draw.
I'll slaughter you.
Yeah. I would not. I would not. I actually, I've had at least one experience. I'm not saying it was because of McDonald's, but wow, what's with all these people running this that card? It seems like such a mean thing to do to a neutral deck. All right. He is neutral.
I'll slaughter you.
We're doing this in case of Ice Storm. Kinda, sorta. Jeez. I mean, hey, people are getting their value out of Dismantle. That's for sure.
One true face never sleeps.
My sword hand itches.
Okay. Well, luckily we've got the answer for that. All right. I did eat pineapple pizza. Wait, are we talking about me eating nasty, horrible, disgusting things that... Oh, food poisoning. That's what I was going to say. I did get food poisoning after a McDonald's meal. I'm not saying that was the reason for it. That was the only thing I ate that day. I ate it at like 5 or 6, and by 9, my stomach was like... It felt like I was being stabbed with 1,000 knives. So I have not had McDonald's since that time. I mean, it's again, it's nothing against McDonald's. I'm not saying it's definitive, but when you have an experience like that and the only food that you can recall within eating time was that, it just makes you a little leery. Pineapple on pizza did not give me that. It made my soul hurt. Like, I don't know if you have all felt that before. That it's like it starts in your teeth and it just kind of spreads your whole body, and then you realize that your very soul itself is mourning and feels burdened by. It's like your soul gaining weight. It's not a good feeling. Like it's like, what have I done? You know, it's the compromise of values and morals mixed with the abuse of your taste buds, the abuse and confusion. Your taste buds are going, what am I eating? What is this? Like I don't. You all know I can have a foul tongue. But it was less foul before I had pineapple on pizza. After that, my taste buds are perpetually pissed off, and it's a horrible thing. I've never had anything eating McDonald's nowadays. Yeah, sadly they don't serve that delicious treat called pineapple pizza. They might start. If they want to start driving off their customer base, because once you walk in, like when you walk into McDonald's, you smell the fries first, and then whatever it is that is passing for beef. And look, I grew up in McDonald's. I still have a taste for their burgers, to be honest. But it is decidedly not meat. Ergo, vis-a-vis, it is not. It's not something I crave, but that's what you smell. If you were to cook pineapple on pizza, that's all you'd smell, is this horrible, horrible pineapple on pizza smell. It's kind of like cauliflower mixed with misery. That's how I would best describe the smell of pineapple on pizza. Don't you dare remove this. Actually, no, you can remove it. I will allow you to remove this as long as it's not with a freaking dismantle. If you dismantle it, I will be very upset with you.
Is someone out there?
This should help.
All right, that's fine. As long as it's not dismantle, I don't care. That is not our win condition. It is just a cool thing to do. What I might do though. We could reshackle, but so if we do this, if we play Clockwork now, we don't get any value out of this. But I feel like that's the best thing, because all we're doing, if we shackle, all we're doing is delaying the inevitable. I don't know. It might not have been the best play. Forsworn? Forsworn on what though? The shackle guy? For shackle? Yeah, yeah, no, that could have been. I kind of want him to think twice about hitting the 2/2, but yeah, I mean you're right. That could have been a play. I just want to get those cards off the board. If I shackle them again, it's still there. So I just kind of wanted to clear it off, but okay. He wants to keep his dragon alive. Kind of, I guess. I don't know.
Mother of God. Seed and spleen.
Is someone out there?
I don't know. This is going to be the most boring exchange until, I don't know. I'm going to say another 2 more turns. Oh, never mind. It's boring now. Help me, RNG! Help me! Help me, please! Help me!
You cannot hide.
There we go.
Bark and birth.
I Call of Dragon is just, that's another one of those ones you really just wish it never came to pass, but now here is where I will use your,
I'll fight to my last breath.
although of course my short-sightedness is that I can't actually play it again. So there's that. But we're probably going to get steamrolled at this point. We haven't found any of our big bodies at all. He's a guard, right? No, he's not a guard. Okay, he's not even a guard. Okay, so yeah, I think we may get dust get Codwell out of here. I don't think he's really helping us all that much.
This should help. Roots of the hair.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Is someone out there? Get back, I say.
Oh, how I've long. Wonderful day to sally.
Now that's what I'm doing is stupid because he could very well have the clear the entire lane, which is why he was felt obliged to go face. So he may have just played into his hands. But yeah, none of our dwarven dynamos, none of our bigger bodies here. And as we go into the late game, that's not a great thing. Now there's our dwarven dynamo, showing up a little bit late, but hopefully still in time to turn things around. Hey, Baldric! What's going on, man? How's your week? How's your weekend? Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. That's about right.
I'll slaughter you.
Okay, so we can... Mechanical ally. The knife to the throat, it takes 2 damage off. Decisions. I think we need to dynamo over there. And
Well, this will be quite a romp.
not perfect. Not a perfect play by any stretch, but hopefully enough to keep us going. We'll see. This is we're getting a little dicey now. A bit busy this week. Weekend will be also, but I'm looking forward to board games flea market this Sunday here in my town. Nice. Oh, Baldric, how did your board game night go the other night?
It's my business to keep track of strangers.
Oh, that's he's gonna bring back his dragon. She's gonna get big, and yeah, we're gonna dragon aspect the dragon. Or no. Let's see. We can't silence her either, so that's a bummer.
Slaughter you.
But yeah, how'd the board game go? You know, the one that you blew all your really awesome friends off for?
Seed and spleen.
I'm kidding, of course. Definitely not what we wanted to see. We're gonna do this just because. Vicious D, you are no good to me.
I'll slaughter you.
I mean, he may, well, because he probably has Odaving in a dragon deck like this. We're going to try to hold it off as long as we can. It was wonky, our first game of Zulkin, but the friends liked it so much it stayed at my friend's place so she can play it. Nice! There we go. Okay. Then they don't need you next time, and so you can oh, that's a 9/9. That's a bit of a problem. Okay, that helps. I mean, he probably has a silence, but it does help a little bit. Ooh, Mechanar. Damn you, Mechanar. Alright, so I think we just... We got to roll...
Behold my creation. The perfect life form.
So yeah, he probably has that silence there. Earthbone Spinner. Reflective on, I guess that's going to be what we get. But I have a feeling he's got a way to get rid of this.
This should help.
There you go. There you go. It's one of the 2 cards you've got in your hand. Of course, it had to be silence. What are you going to do? Certainly more has Dragon Call. Yeah, I mean, it was... I mean, we have come back. We have turned things around on games like that, but it always relies on our opponent not having exactly what they need when they need it. So sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And that was one of the times that they do. What are you going to do? I'm hoping she likes it so much it might end up as a next birthday present, so I won't need to break my head over what to buy. There you go, Baldric. Baldric's playing the long con. He is going to make her fall in love with this game. He's going to be like, oh man, you remember how cool that game was that we played? That was the coolest game, wasn't it? It was, I mean, it was the best. It was absolutely the best. I can't believe it. Like, and it's, I mean, it's really hard to find these days. I mean, but man, it's so cool. It's like the best game ever, isn't it? We really enjoyed it, man. Do you know how much more your friends liked you when they were playing that game? Like, everybody thought of you in a whole new light when it was in your house. Like, you having that board game is like the coolest thing. I mean, if you owned one of these, it would be the bestest thing ever. Like, and if you had a friend that would give it to you for your birthday, what? I mean, I'm not saying I would. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't necessarily, but I mean, you know, maybe at some point if we became like, you know, really good friends, I'd do that. But I mean, just really, it was awesome. You build up the value like all year long, and then you're like, my birthday present is already in your house. And she's like, what do you mean, Baldric? You're like, it's there, right there. And it's like glowing. And she's like, Baldric, are you serious? And he's like, yes, I am. There you go. Okay, see, great minds. Big brain play right there. Big brain play. Yeah, we got to take Cadwell out of here. I'm not a big fan of in this deck. I don't think he's great. Could have used a bigger body or something. We need more. It's just silence and removal, man. We don't really have them. All right, let's see if Cadwell can eat some more snakes. But I applaud your stratagem, Baldric. I applaud your stratagem. And also the fact with Cadwell, I forgot, he is an RNG as well. He may hit you in the face. So that is like no upside. He's never going to hit your opponent in the face just randomly, but he may randomly hit you in the face. Which against a control deck, not so bad. Against a deck that you're like neck and neck with. All right. That works for me. I am okay with that. Let's try this. I mean, I don't know what kind of boring deck this happens to be, but yep. That's 2 dismantles. You can only have 1 more. I feel like we're just we're just throwing cards down. He removes them. Yeah. What a jerk.
Wonderful days of sallying forth, wouldn't you say? I'll fight to my last breath.
He could have Thieves' Den. I just thought of that a moment ago. I was gonna play Dwarven Sphere, but I don't care if he hits me in the face. I kind of hope he does, to be honest. And right now it's all about baiting out all his removal that he apparently has a good deal of. Please. No, not that one. I want the one that destroys my... I went Dismantle out. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. He would just keep using stuff, but... I guess that's what passes for big brain plays in a lazy deck like this. Yeah, it just seems kind of really tedious.
Yeah, I just talked, and then continuing to do so. Exactly what I was looking for.
There we go. Good old bedeviling scamp. What a scamp of the bedeviling persuasion. Oh, Dawn's Wrath. Of course he's going to run that.
We must keep moving.
No, stay in your lane, Jackhole. Nobody likes you. Snowy Saber Cat. Denise definitely doesn't like you. I know that. Oh no, which one do I destroy? Running out of removal there, buddy? Running out of cards? I mean, that's fine. It's still... He still has... His effect is still there. I don't care about anything else. Ooh.
I'll take care of it.
I'll fight to my last breath.
Look, folks, when I get bored, I'm happy to bastardize RNG. You're playing Gauntlet or are those casual games? They're casual games, Baldrick, casual. Because when we play ladder games, it's boo, come on, man, really? What is it? I guess it's because those cards come free for every new player that people use those so often. I'm just like, why? Why? But yeah, so because when we go on ladder, this deck is, I think, ill-equipped for those types of, like, we're probably going to lose, is my point. And since we're only really in it to win, yeah. I kind of don't want to push it too much. I think our win rate is probably at least twice as high. So unfortunately, since I don't have a way to buff up my Dregelhide guy, he's gonna die. When he does this, and there's no way to save him. No way to save him. Go. And now I've got to dismantle, but absolutely nothing to do with it, unfortunately.
Is someone out there?
Decided what we were playing after this comes to an end. So I have been hearing back from who's our good buddy?
You will die, Shapeskin.
Who is it? Gosh darn it. Hang on, let me just do this here real quick. I'm sure he's been saving a dismantle for this guy, but Dano has been playing Magic the Gathering Arena. There we go. That's fine. I'm not too worried about hitting in the face right now.
Try something. You won't.
Razzma-dazzma.
This one.
I mean, just not at a loss for answers, that's for sure. This is the boringest game in history. But yeah, Magic the Gathering Arena. I also need to download. Okay. Oh no, we're gonna give him a little taste of his own medicine here, and then we'll probably beat it. Yeah, we'll dismantle and then. Well, we could do this, and cool. I can do it. Will a laptop run it? I think so, Rob. I think so. I haven't checked in, but I mean, I'm guessing it's not too much more. Yeah, this is so boring. Golly day. Congratulations, buddy. You are the most lethargic player you've bored me into submission. Can take your win in casual. I don't know. But yeah, I imagine it would. But yeah, but Dano, so there are apparently there's bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, and mystic. and then like top something percent tile, and then like top 1800. It's a whole big ranking thing. And he's already at 3rd level platinum. So I don't know exactly what that means, but it's higher than bronze, silver, gold, and platinum 1 and 2. So he's been doing really well. It sounds like he's been enjoying it. And he's been learning his way around the deck. So
Praise to you.
it's definitely not a situation where just because he can do it, I can do it.
Hail, friend.
But I think he's made enough good progress and seems to be enjoying it enough that it might be a viable option for us.
fall, the hiss
But yeah, I'll when I download it, Rob, I'll let you know. I'm guessing, yeah. I mean, if it's a laptop that made in the past 7 years, 8 years, I'd
Must I
say
do
you're
everything
probably in good
myself?
shape.
Oh, Shakaje, bless your soul.
Okay, so I'll be a noob forever. Perfect. No, you won't. What do you mean? What do you mean noob forever? No, Rob. You'll be a noob with all of us, and then suddenly you won't be a noob anymore because you'll get good. That was kind of a mistake on my part. I should have custom fabricated a 3-3 or a
Must
3
I do
cost.
everything myself? I learn quickly.
Be silent.
That's good.
Yeah, I just talk, and then continuing to do so. You aren't my master. What you do for now?
Yeah, so I think that might be a viable option. Did anybody else take a gander at Eternal?
I learn quickly.
Well,
I learn
I don't know, hang on.
quickly.
Be silent.
Yeah, we're pretty much just dead here. Which is sad. To be able to get rushed down by Telvanni, it's a sad state of affairs.
My fight is done.
But yeah, so next Friday we will take a section of, as long as I can get. Well, okay, so Cryptic is the gentleman who has the what do you call it? Not the blog, the podcast, and has been playing for like X number of years. But we've got Baldric as a resident expert of 15 years on the game. Anyway, I don't know about Arena, but on the game. And then we've got Dano has now played, logged a considerable amount of hours. So what I plan to do is run the game. I'm guessing we can get it through Steam. I'm going to have to get it this weekend. I'm going to run the game, and we're going to take a look at deck construction and nuances and ins and outs and all that kind of stuff. And hopefully that'll make it more clear for folks whether that's a way they want to go or not. I'm going to dig into Eternal a little bit because I like the look of it. I mean, personally, Wizard of the Coast, not my favorite company. So if there was an alternative that didn't feature them, I would be happy to jump onto that. I'm not gonna disregard it outright, because if it's something that everybody ends up liking, I think that's cool. Don't worry, Rob. I've been playing it for 15 years, and I never had it in me to be a competitive player. Oh, Baldric. I mean, I'm not saying you're bad or wrong. It was, oh, Baldric. Oh! What a drama queen. My goodness gracious. You might say I'm still a noob, but you have the experience of a non-noob. Oh, please, if there was ever a time to get Dismantle, it would be now, or Vicious D. Okay, or whatever, I guess. I don't know. Let's go try this. Try this on for size. Fell the Mighty works. Drive Mad doesn't.
I am the shield of my class.
Rally, that's a bummer for us. Oh boy, howdy. 15 years, Baldric, though, you can't be a noob. You cannot be a noob. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me with this? I mean, granted, we still have an answer for it, but geez, the freaking wheeze. Prophecy, that's not great.
Won't escape alive.
Mechanical ally, go!
We stand united.
I think our friend will soon learn that Poopstone does not play well with many decks, orcs being numbered among
Try
them.
this on for size.
They just declared universes beyond card will be legal in almost any Magic the Gathering. Oh no, 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 not him, not him, not him, please not him. Actually, I guess, well, yeah, it does actually matter. Perfect, perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. They just declared universes beyond card will be legal in almost any Magic the Gathering format. I hate that so much. Imagine TESL but with SpongeBob characters. Oh no, 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 Baldric, surely you must be exaggerating.
You won't escape alive.
So what is so universes beyond? So I mean we're not talking literal SpongeBob, right? You're talking about like just goofy, zany. Are we talking like cartoony Cthulhu stuff, or like what? I mean, I'm trying to think of in the world of Magic the Gathering, what would be considered beyond? You know, like it doesn't have like pretty much everything in it. Yeah, I guess we'll go again, right? Yeah, we got some time. Time for at least one or two more games. And then I have my interview, or my discussion, I guess. I didn't get canned, so I guess they were okay. They were happy with my editing work. That's good. Got a month's worth of work out for them, asking me to do some more stuff. So who knows? I could get really lucky and just have this transition to a full-time job at some point. That'd be awesome. I'm not hanging anything on it, but that would be nice to just be like, okay, cool. I'll just work from here. Although it's kind of weird. Like I do right now, I'm doing everything here, which is fine. But you know, it's your work and pleasure all in one area, and it's like, yeah, I kind of want my work to be separate. I don't want to be like dovetailing my work and my whatever. Anyway, it's whiny stuff. Nope. For now, Universe Beyond, we're separately themed products. Yep, literal SpongeBob. Oh my gosh, there's already Doctor Who says Transformer. Oh no, no, no. Why? And we're legal in just a few formats. Why did they make it? Are they desperate for people? We'll have to ask Dano how many SpongeBob decks he's come across. I mean, look, I don't know. I'm gonna try out Eternal, see how I can do with that. Like, I mean, I'm not down on Magic the Gathering. I just you know, I mean, a lot of what drove people here, and that's the problem we're going to come across, is a lot of it was the world of Skyrim. You know, it was the music, it's the card art, it's the creatures, it's the familiar faces and names. We have to acknowledge or just come to grips with the fact we're not going to find that anywhere else right now. There's no other card game featuring that. There's no other game featuring Lord of the Rings or whatever. That said, I mean, there are definitely people who are familiar with SpongeBob, Walking Dead, Transformers, Doctor. I would not mind taking Optimus Prime and Soundwave head to head against the biggest doggone dragon and nonsense that there is in Magic the Gathering. I actually kind of look forward to that. Especially if they got the voice lines for him, if they actually got Peter Cullen to voice Optimus Prime in the Transformers. Now, it has to be like real Transformers, not this Beast Wars crap or Generation 95. Like, we're talking stock, flat front truck Optimus Prime. I'd be down with that. I would endure many, many hardships and many, many perversions of IPs to be able to take Optimus Prime into a sword and sorcery setting. But he's probably a premium legendary. It's going to cost me 45,000 Magic the Gathering points or something. Now, see, again, Marduk, you're not making it hard to buy into that. I like the idea of having my Wood Orc Hunter flanked by Optimus Prime, or bolstered with an Optimus Prime. Okay, I just have to look. I have to look. There is an Optimus Prime Magic the Gathering. I must have this. I mean, it's $15, so that's kind of crap, but that is freaking awesome. Optimus Prime Hero. Wow. See, folks, right there it is. Look at that. Optimus Prime. Darkest or Dark Steel Colossus. But look at that. Well, okay, $12. Trample Indestructible. If Optimus Prime would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, reveal Optimus Prime and shuffle it into his own library instead. I have no idea what any of that means, but the card art is pretty badass. I kind of want to get that card just for that. I had no idea.
Get back, I say.
How did we get Murkwater Goblin? Oh, that. Go, Murkwater Goblin, go! I don't know what the heck Wildem is doing. We're probably going to get blindsided by some brilliance here, which is totally fine. If you can pull it off in not adrenaline, agility, I'm down, but...
So it comes to
Oh, no, I know, Baldric. I know. I wasn't going to get into it in any detail, really. But, yes. I saw some of the Lord of the Ring nonsense they put out there, and I was very displeased. One of my many grievances. Yeah. Yeah, I found it abominable.
So it comes to violence.
Yes, it comes to violence. What do you think we're doing here? Holding hands and singing Kumbaya?
Get back, I say.
It's violence, my friend. Violence. Alright, so he's got a curse if he's got a Leaf Lurker. Okay, he lost a curse. You can still curse in Leaf Lurker, but we still have a decent... No, Madargan! No, Madargan. No, Madargan. No, Madargan. Big ol' 6'4". You were shackled by an abomination. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, stay in your lane, Gabo. Stay in your lane. Nobody likes you. Nobody wants you here. We were happy enough with you over there. Everybody hates you,
Get back,
Gabo.
I say.
Everybody hits the Gabo. And Shackle you. And Mechanical Ally, go! Yeah, I would never touch their Lord of the Rings stuff. Optimus Prime looks good though. It doesn't look like they did anything to him. He looks pretty cool.
We must keep moving.
So it comes to violence.
Have business with House Halalu.
We need a boost. We need a power boost here.
Nothing will trace back to us.
We need a power boost. Otherwise,
There
it's
is life
probably
in this
going to be...
machine yet.
That's not what we needed. It was Wizards' version of Lord of the Rings of Power. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. To be fair, Optimus Prime was just a reskin of an already existing card. I forgot that. But Lord of the Rings, Doctor Who, and Warhammer sets were the universes beyond ones. Okay.
You will die.
Oh, goodness gracious. We'll have to gold brand that now. Jeez. Please. Okay, that's exactly what we needed. Top deck. Ask and ye shall receive. And trust me, I'm acknowledging that. I'm in my head, I'm going, hey, we just top decked the card we needed. We had several that we could have gotten, but we top decked what we needed. Granted, we had a handful of cards. Remember, folks, when I get salty, it's our opponent has 2 cards in his hand, and one of them, or both of them, are exactly what is needed to finish the game out. We have that happen for us. We got that with Cam Lauren the other day. Granted. In that case, I had a plethora of cards in my hand, and we still top decked it. So I still keep that in mind. And that is going to run us right. So I am trying to end up punctually this time because I've got about a half hour. I got to prepare for the meeting, and then we will go. But yeah. So IO, yeah, I'm gonna look for that list, and if I can find it, I will assign numbers to it, and we can do the IO randomized deal again. And yeah, I'll see you all in about an hour and a half. Well, maybe 2 hours. Again, hopefully I'll be done by 3, and we'll start at the normal time. But if it goes long for whatever reason, he's got some stuff he's got to talk with me about. It might go a little bit long. So 3:30 at the latest, or half hour later at the latest. So if we haven't started by 3 o'clock or at the normal time, don't worry, it's still going to happen. In the worst case scenario, we'll be starting a half hour later. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for the discussion. Baldric, thank you for the heads up on MTG in Arena. A kind of a grim outlook, to be fair, but we'll see. We'll see how much we see of that in the actual game. Hopefully, it's minimized. Thank you, Ugnip. I mean, to be fair, it's not an interview per se. He said he wants to shift me into a different editing spectrum, I guess. In theory, it's going to be more stuff. So it's not like I could lose my job or anything, but hey, I will take the good luck, because if he says, hey, we're willing to expand your hours to 20 hours a week, that's getting me closer to my goal of not starving. So, and I'm not close to starving. I'm not close to starving. I'm not, don't think of me taking it that way. It would do it. Yeah, but it would be awesome, Ugnip, to just nicely transition into something like that and not have to. Yeah, starving is not cool. Sorry, but I'm not on the brink of starving. I was being melodramatic, but I understood that it might be like, oh my gosh, like guys, it's like, get off your lazy butt, stop playing video games, and go get a job. That's definitely in the works, or definitely not without, definitely within reason. But if I can milk some more hours out of this particular gig, that would be great. Because yeah, for a variety of reasons. But anyway, I will talk to you all soon. Hopefully, farewell for now. TTFN, top. TTFN.